What's happening? What's happening? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good morning. Good evening. I don't know where you're watching from, but what's happening? What's up? Yeah. Let me know before we get too deep into the streams. Let me know if what do I want to say. Let me know first of all if my mic is all right, or if I sound a little whoops weird. Yeah. Yeah, let me know if everything is all Gucci. If everything is Gucci with the sound. Do I want to remove this? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you guys just let me know if everything sounds proper, if I'm looking alright, the stream's alright, the stream's healthy. And yeah, then we can get into it, you know. Rollover week. So what does that mean? It means that price action is going to be a little weird. Sorry, did I ask if you guys are okay? I hope everyone's fine. I hope everyone's doing alright. What's up? What's going on? I'm doing fine myself, you know. But yeah, I hope you're alright wherever you're listening or watching from. What are we doing? As the title suggests, ES. I'm gonna be trading the ES futures live from 9:30 EST. But yeah, is there anything else I wanna say regarding that? Not really. Not really. I think that's pretty much everything. Yeah. But it's rollover week, so rollover week basically we're moving contracts, so price action is a bit weird. We had a massive gap up, which I wasn't expecting, and by massive I don't mean like a few points. Like this is what? This is where we closed yesterday. 560 ish. 560, yeah. And where we at? And then we opened like 627. So pretty huge gap up. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna try and fill that. I don't know, dude, honestly. But we're gonna trade what we see. We're not gonna, we're gonna trade what we see. Not gonna make up anything. We don't have to predict anything. We'll just trade what we see. But yeah, we are 12 minutes away from the open. 12 minutes away from the ding ding ding. Pause. 12 minutes away from the ding ding ding. No diddy. Yep, I feel like we've overused that no diddy thing, you know, like, yeah. By we, I might specifically mean myself. Je ne sais pas. Je ne sais pas. It'd be fantastic if my camera could behave today. We'll give it time. We will give her time. Yeah, I'm gonna remove that. Are you sure you wish to remove audio input capture to? Yes. Yeah, I don't know, it just kind of felt a little weird. And then what else? It's capturing audio. That. I'm gonna remove you too, baby girl. And since this is hidden, very sus, because why don't I do this before stream? You know, like why don't I take time to like specifically handle like the settings? I don't know. I like to live on the edge. I'm a man of mystery. Je suis un man of mystery. But I'm hoping that's fine now. I mean, essentially, I'm just trying to limit the resources that my little laptop needs throughout the day. But yeah, what's the plan today? Honestly, look, we are, you know, as I said, like with the whole gap up thing, we are we are kind of gonna have like some weird price action, and yeah, I'm still gonna trade it like we're still gonna trade it as best as we can. We're gonna trade what we see, right? We're gonna react to what we see. So, with that being said, because I don't feel like I need to make any big moves. I think we're gonna stay on account 2. We are supposed to rotate to spread out the risk, but my rotation rules are: you lose a trade, you rotate. So since not you lose a trade, but you close a day red and you rotate. We close green on this account, so we're gonna continue. So yeah, we're gonna continue on this account and try and build up a streak. And then if we go red, if we get a red day, then we'll rotate. We'll go back to account 1. So we're gonna be on account 2 today. That's what we were trading yesterday. Yeah, at $148 a day, which is a little unfortunate because we missed out on a really nice IB trade. We'll give that a try today. And give that a shot and see what type and see what we get. I am a little what's the word I want to use? I'm not entirely sure if we're healthy on the stream, so I do just want to double check because nobody else has said anything to me. I'm not entirely sure if we fine. We good. Just checked. So yeah, okay. I should let me share the link also because I haven't done that. I kind of just hopped onto, just kind of opened my computer. And just started doing things. So let me drop this in the Telegram and then what else? Drop this in my OnlyFans. Drop this on X. If I can find where to type it. X.com. 23 minutes past 3, 7 minutes till the open, 7 minutes till the ding ding ding. There's an offer on X, I think, for pro accounts, but I don't know if maybe I'll do that next month. Let's repost something from Underdog, and we are live. ES I really should do this before stream. Hey, ES futures trading ES trading ES futures during the NY session. No, and I put a target. Right? It's like View alive. There we go. Post. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I need to do as far as like my homework is concerned. Yeah. This is eating my resources, so I'm gonna take that off. And maybe also close my Telegram. It's on days where I have like fewer viewers. Those are the days I just cook. You feel me? I'm just like, what? No one's watching me. $755. And then I talk about it later, and it's like, oh, would have been nice to celebrate that dub. We should go on stream though, but it's all good. 4 minutes till the open. All of our notifications, not notifications, but all of our indicators are on. Big trades, VWAP, regular session. That's gonna come on at 9:30. The chart session VWAP is on. That's what we have there. There's the blue line. The Kelton channel is on. Open high low close is gonna come on as well at 9:30. So yeah, yeah. So we'll see what we get. We'll see what type of what type of day we get. Of course, our overnight point of control trades are, you know, as we've spoken about this is our bread and butter, but it would only be 3 points. The next logical target would be the overnight value area high. So, we'll see what type of trades we'll get. Our previous day levels are all the way down here, because remember, as I said, we had that gap up, right? So, previous day value is around like the 500s, which is, yeah, this is where our previous day values are. 569 and 543. So I don't know if we're gonna get that type of, I don't know if we're gonna, I don't know, I can't say for sure, and I can't say for a fact we're not going to, right? But I mean, it does seem a little improbable. There's such a massive gap already. It's like what, a couple, almost 100 points, right? So I don't know if we'll be able to fill that up, but we'll trade what we see. We'll trade what we see. It's probably gonna be a lot of VWAP trades, potentially. Yeah, maybe some mean reversion trades. We could give those a shot. So some mean reversion trades, VWAP trades. Yeah, overnight point of control trades. I still haven't done an overnight point of control short. I don't know if we'd be able to do that with this VWAP on. So yeah, let's see what type of day we get. No need to front run it, but yeah, our volume profile for the Globex session is officially set. So 2525 18 and 2825. So I think that's everything. We don't need to change anything. 2525 2525 and 618. So and that's gonna be our Globex set. So what we want to do with this, as per usual, we are gonna hide it. There we go. Maybe let's switch it on one more time. Let's just switch it on and see. I didn't look for any low volume nodes, but doesn't look like there are any. So yeah, are there? Just one more time. Nah, no low volume nodes on there. So we'll call that. And yeah, let's wait for the open. Let's wait for the open, and then let's wait for the open. There we go. Ding ding ding. A regular session VWAP is already on. Don't know why it looks like that. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, let me switch it off and on again. Sure, it'll come on after the first minute is printed. Throw on this volume profile now. It should be, yeah. Let's throw it on now. Yeah, let me wait. Let's wait for. We'll throw it on after like 5 minutes. We'll throw it on after 5 minutes. Yeah, because then we'll actually have volume, right? We'll have actual volume to put a volume profile on. You know, I mean that first minute still has volume. That's not to knock it or anything, but yeah. I thought about that initial balance trade yesterday. I thought about it quite a lot at the end of the stream. I was a little disappointed with myself. I won't lie. That was a little tough to hold, you know. But it's all good. Still thinking about it today. That would have been like really good for this account. You know, like I'm fine with the base hits. You know, I'm fine with like the 150s, 200s. You know, 200, like 200 really is like really what I'm. That's like a 1-to-1, and I'm going more for 1.5-to-1. That's kind of like my, and I'm saying this using the like my personal daily loss limit, right? I cap it at $200, so you know, so 1-to-1 is pretty good in that sense, you know. Um, yeah. So on days where I can capitalize, on days where I can make more than that, I really want to make more than that, you know. If I can make like 3 or 4 times my daily loss limit, it's like wow. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I think let's draw the volume profile now. Potentially, the way we reacted off that overnight value area high, potentially we might see a retest of this value area high. But yeah, but it is awkward trading territory here because I mean like all of our other levels are like so far, you know. We're so far from them. Previous day levels are 100 and something point. You know, our previous day levels value is it's not even on the screen. It's like this is where we are today, right? Our previous day values are like on the floor, so it is a little awkward. More awkward when we freeze like that because why? Yeah. So yeah, yes, we'll just play it according to we'll play it by ear. Is it by ear? Is that the right way to say it? How did I fix the trade C? Ah, I put it in the same space, right? Yeah, that's what I did. Point of controls shifted also, so maybe along from here is not from there, but like along from here is not that much of a great idea. From overnight value area high, I mean. Could be actually. What am I saying? But yeah, this is what would catch us out. Remember, like we try and long from the developing volume profiles value area high, and then the point of control would shift higher. And when the point of control shifts higher, then the value, the high, the value area high would also shift. You know, and that's why I was like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't chase, hey. We really shouldn't chase. The candles look weird. No bars. Reminds me of a couple of rappers. But yeah, where's the view app? View app. Open, high, low, close. It also could be a thing where the only plays that we have, the only not like the only plays, but I mean the safer plays could be, for the next couple of days could be initial balance plays, because then you have, like volume set, and like your levels are a little more dependable. Right now, okay, see like big seller stepped in right below that view app, so you might actually have another buy program on the view app again today, as we did yesterday. So that's a little encouraging. How so? Because I mean, we could try longs from view app. We could try longs from view app. Still very small. Yeah, very small gains though. To be honest, I mean, like what? That's like 4 points from view app to value area high, which I guess also is, I mean, it is only 7 minutes, 8 minutes now into the session, so 4 points is 4 points. We're looking at $100. So with that, our risk would have to be like max $50. Max. So we're looking at 2 point, yeah, we're looking at 2 point stop losses today. Just based off that type of price action. Could change. Could be different. Could be different a little later. But for now, as is, yeah, we just kind of have to sit and wait and see. And I mean, honestly, truly and honestly, the only levels that we can trade from it today that would be somewhat reliable are the overnight, the Globex levels. That's what is, yeah, that's the most reliable. Those are the most reliable institutional levels that we have available to us at this moment. We'll see if this holds. If this breaks, then we might get a break and retest of the value area low from this volume profile. If we get that, then for sure, I think we might come and retest this overnight value area low. Yeah, a retest of this overnight value area low, then I will wait for it to make its down move however it's making its down move, and then yeah, and then get it on a buy stop, I guess, on the way up. um, this is a little more worth the risk. I think that's about 7 points, so circa $200. But yeah, but you see, like, we've broke through that VWAP. So do we sell it now? Now this is the test on the other side of the VWAP. You know. Oh, maybe we just break right through it. Mean reversion. 29. Yeah, it was 6 points, like $150 trade. Yeah, pretty clean mean reversion though, I'm not gonna lie. Again, just not within our window. Our window opens in 3.5 minutes. So, yeah. We don't need to, again, like, another thing is we don't need to reinvent the wheel. We don't need to create setups. We don't need to make up setups. If there's a setup that that's presented itself in the past and that we've taken and that we've won, then we'll take that, right? If it's high probability and we've seen it before and it's worked in our favor, then we'll do that. But if it's unfamiliar and, if it's unfamiliar and there's a higher probability of us being wrong about it, and the cost of us being wrong about it is more than half of our personal daily loss limit, then it's not worth the trade. So basically, I'm saying if the probability of us being wrong on the trade today costs us more than $100, then it's not worth the trade. Do you get what I'm saying? It would be much better to wait. It would be much better to wait the hour outs, right? To sit the hour out and then see what type of initial balance trade we get, because like yesterday, the initial balance trade that we did get was a break, right? It was a break and retest of IB high. And what did we do? We did a clean 12. We did like 20 points to the upside, and it is rollover week, so we're not really looking. We're never ever looking for home runs, right? All we want is like the base hits. But if we can get more out of like that base hit, then sure, then sure, then like let's go for it. So yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying maybe we wait for that initial balance trade. We wait for either a break and retest of it above, or we wait for, yeah, we'll see what the market looks like at that point, right? We'll see what the market looks like at that point. So no need to rush it. No need to rush it at all. Okay, again, big buyer stepping in there, and that buyer stepped in right at the VWAP. So, well, not right at, but like below the VWAP. So whatever buy program was set here, right, that didn't work out. Whoever the buyers were that stepped in there and tried to buy that up, they didn't get their resultant move, so they are underwater now. We'll see if we can get a break of this low. If we can get a break of this low, I will see how we react around overnight value area high. Yeah. If we get a strong bounce off overnight value area high to the upside, then buyers are in control. But we also do have a situation where we break below this level. We break below the buyers who are holding this up, break to the overnight value area high, and then the next point of resistance, what will be interesting is how we react at our VWAP. If we break through the VWAP, then for sure we're gonna go short and target overnight value area low. So this could be what's the overnight 626. Yeah, so 66. Did I get rid of that? Something like that. Yeah. See what I was saying about like the stops today? The stops are like 2 points, Something like this. Something like this. But that will be us. What we need here is we need to get a clean break below that VWAP. This is giving sound like a Gen Z. Giving. I hope I don't look as tired as I feel. But yeah, I mean, like that would be. This could be something that could be worth an attempt, But see now, this level is protected. Look at that. Bias stepped in. Whoever's protecting this level, whoever's absorbing orders here, is doing it pretty cleanly, Excuse me. But yeah, this trade here is dependent on it's dependent on us breaking that overnight value area high, yeah, because what I'm kind of betting on is that we are going to break this overnight value area high, then we are going to rotate all the way down to the overnight value area low. That's we'll have to come back and retest this is my bet. Why don't I take it from here is the question, right? Like, why don't I just take it from the overnight value area high and fade it? That actually could be a clean entry as well. I just think our conditions for moving lower is that we hold below the overnight value area high. So I would want to see it hold below the overnight value area high, and then I'd be more comfortable shorting from here than I would from here, because we could easily look below, fail, right? We could look below, fail, and then it come back up. So I want to see us hold below the overnight value area high, and then once we do, then I will, I'll be waiting essentially for a break of this VWAP and then a retest of it, something like that. That's like that's a VWAP trade, That's a VWAP trade. I don't know if we're gonna get that or not. Could be one of them ones. Retest the VWAP. All right, we back. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what type of day we're gonna get. Honestly, yeah. Also, if we don't, if we don't get anything out of it, we don't get anything out of it. That's still okay. As I said earlier, I just don't want to get into the habit of. I do not want to get into the habit of forcing things, of forcing things to happen, forcing trades, forcing moves, you know. I don't want to do that because, yeah, you just start forming bad habits, and over time, like those things compound, compound, you know. But also at the same time, like the good things that you do, those also have a compounding effect, right? You do things really well, like there's a compounding nature to those things, So as much as possible, we try and do the good things really well, and then of the bad things, as quickly as we can identify them. If you can identify, like, oh, okay, cool, like maybe that's not, maybe I shouldn't be doing that, right? If you can like identify that, if you can pick that up quickly, and then I think yeah, there's more growth on the other side of that. There's more growth on the other side of that. Can you see me? Alright. Yeah, because I'm like sitting all the way back. Anyway, all the way back. I'm on my fat Joe today. Put a rock away. Lean back. Lean back. Is there anything? Let's see if we can see anything on the Dom. I call this the Dom Toretto. I also have this on trade copy, which is crazy because I haven't actually trade copied just yet. It's resting 623. $623.50. I wonder why. There's nothing particularly interesting here. But someone has the intention of buying 115. Where else? 224 at 610. Okay, cool. That's like close to the day's low, right? That's below the day's low, actually. Clearly. All right. My dude. Let's watch this, actually. Let's see what happens with these 725 orders at, what is it? At 635. Honestly. I'm generally interested to see because that's such a huge outlier in everything. We're looking down here, we're like, oh, 116, that looks good. 224. My dude, 726. We'll see. We'll see what happens when we get there. And we'll see if they stay there, Because this could just be trying to scare the market into going lower, Like, yeah, I put 726 here, like, bring it, and I'll absorb everything, So that could have actually spooked some people into selling out of their positions. This, you know, is that illegal? No, it's not. It's not illegal at all. Okay, cool. Here's the break of the overnight value area high. Um, yeah. See, good thing we didn't put a sell stop because we'd have been stopped out in one move, boss. But yeah, but this is what I was saying about, like, want to see us hold below the overnight value area high. You know, what's that? 620, 650, right? 620, 650. Let's watch that. 620, 650. Cool, 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 cool. Where are we going? I said like a 2 point, eh? So yeah, somewhere here. 75, honestly. Yeah. I'll put it just above this candle. That doesn't make any difference. That's a stop, surely. Yeah, that's a stop. It's a retest of overnight value area high. We need a break below. We need a break below this VWAP and target 618. 618 is our target. Where are we? I think, yeah, 618. That's what we're going for. Let's see if we can hold below this VWAP and break through the overnight point of control. And also, this is our, yeah, let's hide this, Tom. This is our open, hey? So, you know, need to see us fall beneath that. Let's go break even, boys. Cool. Definitely cannot lose that trade, hey? Surely, buyer stepped in there. Okay. Man, might actually get stopped up break even again. Which would be like the how manyth time? I think that would be like the fourth break even. Yeah, it's all good though. It's all good. Still worth the try. We are definitely lagging here. It would it be a tad annoying if we continue to the downside? Perhaps, but there's our retest of our VWAP. Do we break above it this time? I don't know. I still kind of feel this trade though. I'm gonna make another sell stop here. And yeah, we'll risk $50 this time. I still think we're valid on that down move. Let me put our stop where we had it initially, 81. Could be insanely wrong. But yeah. I believe we're targeting 18, right? Let's watch it on Motor Wave. And stop is at 629.25. Applique. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But right, you know, our stop should be at the value area low because that is, you know, that's what we're getting a retest of. You know? And if we do claim within that value area low, then I don't know how to break it down to you guys, but it would be over for our trade, unfortunately. But yeah, we need a break below the point of control, and we need to see a break below those lows. So what's our point of control? 25.25. So a break below 25.25 and a break of these lows, and then we're good, I think. You know, so 25.25. Where's that tool we're using yesterday? So you need a break. Need a break here. Oops, not like that. Or you know, or not. We could just get stopped out. But yeah, I still feel good about this one. I think we called it right the first time. Or not. Not. Yeah. Back to overnight value area high. Really could have put our stop at the value area low. But yeah, that's it, you know, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Maybe these lows. Maybe we should just target to these lows and call it that. On that. Well, yeah, I will think about it all day. Let's take a screenshot of this, and let's take a screenshot of this for the journal. If it does go to, if it does go to the overnight value area, to the overnight value area low now, I would be a little peeved, just a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. Better reverse. You better go the other direction. Tuesday. Where we at? What are we calling this one? Exit. Yeah. Such an ugly day. Huh? What type of what type of price action is this? Like, and it is kind of annoying because uh, we still have reason to go short. Where is that? 62675 now. Retest of overnight value area high. Does that hold? Does that not? Yeah, whoever that dude was with the 730, let's see if they're still there in the book. At 30, yeah, 748. Okay. They managed to spook the market lower. I think that's what, you know. Someone was like, oh, no, 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 I don't want to play around here. I think we'll wait for the. I think let's wait for the IB trade. Let's wait for the initial balance trade, whatever, whenever that not whenever, but whatever that looks like. Let's wait for that. Yeah, I think let's wait for that. I have to try again here? I mean, did look like it could happen for us. This is gonna be short. This is gonna be painful for these guys if they don't close above that. If they don't close above 632, it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot for these buys. Yeah, pretty ugly. Pretty ugly price action. Ugh, I mean, look at that. Chop City, bitch. Chop City, bitch. 10, 10, 10, 50s and 20, bitch. $632. If they can get above that, then they're home and dry. If they do, that's value area high. Oh, my camera switch off. Dum 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 dum. Dum dum. Dum dum. Dum 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 dum. Dum. Just to close the stream karaoke because I stay singing other people's songs on here. Take my breath away. What's gonna happen here? 632. That's what we're fighting, right? That's where the battle's at. 210. Yeah. Right at the point of control. What an ugly. What an actually ugly trading day. Seller stepping in there. Which is probably untrue. I mean, we've probably traded worse than this, right? I guess what usually gives us some form of reprise. I'm gonna say reprise because it sounds French. Is that usually we have like our previous day levels close by, right? And we use those for context. Like here, we're only using our Globix sessions and a developing volume profile in which like the value areas are shifting. Did we get that 635 and we missed it? No. Okay. Just I just want us to make I just want to make sure we don't miss this. So let me keep it on the screen then. Yeah, but as I was saying, we probably traded like worse days. It's just that we don't have any previous day levels close by, and yeah, it just feels like a weird-ish day. It just feels like a weirdish day. On any other day, I guess this would have worked, hey. Of which it did work. Like if let's keep it a buck. Like let's be real. It did work. It's just that what it targeted was this low. We swept the liquidity from this low. We didn't go all the way to the overnight value at all. I was my bad on that. Could have actually called that and been like, yo, okay, let's just target that low and get out, right? Doing yeah, could have been like $100. I mean, again, which is also the type of day that I said we were gonna get, right? Like a 2 point stop loss with you know 2 point stop loss, max 4 points. Just based off the way everything looks and just how close our Globix values are. I would, yeah, we're pretty horizontal, boys. I'm not gonna lie to you. But all right, here we go. Let's see that 635. 635. We still have, bullets we still have bullets in the gun for us to go for that initial balance trade. So I think on this account, on account two. So I think we'll break even one trade, and then we took an $86 loss. That's inclusive of commission. So we still have, we still can do an initial balance trade. Our stop will be very tight though. So however we do it, we're just gonna have to be very sure. We're just gonna have to be very sure. We can't get any insane amounts of drawdown on that. Otherwise, we'd have hit our daily loss limit. Which wouldn't be great, but yeah, we'll put us. If we do that, it'll put us $50 worse off than we were the previous day. So but yeah, we'll see what type of initial balance play we get. But yeah, just watch the 7:30, 7:40 orders. Let's see what happens when we get there. I don't know. Does that just become like a strong wall? Like, do we just like absorb everything at one go? Or is it like one of those things where when we get to 6:34, we see those orders disappear? That's what I really want to see. That's what I'm really interested in seeing. All right, boys. It's overnight point of control. Which is usually normally where we do our OPOC, overnight point of control longs, right? But context is we usually do them when we come from overnight value area low. So like after we've tested overnight value area low, and then we broke above, we break above the overnight point of control, we come back and then we, that's where we usually take those shorts. But also now we have lots of big sellers that stepped in there. So I don't know, does this hold? Seeing sellers at the bottom of a candle is usually a good indication for price to go up. Usually, but it's just not the normal type of circumstance or condition that I would normally take this overnight point of control long. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, why not? Like this would be a sensible low. 621.75 would make sense as a low, and as a place to put a stop. So, but a 3.75 stop loss, I don't know, could be wrong about that. Yeah, 19 past 4, 11 minutes till initial balance. Till initial balance is set. So let's see. Yeah, that would have properly taken us out. Yeah, this looks like the trade. This looks like it's becoming the trade that we were looking for earlier. It looks like it. Right? Because what did we get? We got a broke. Yeah, we got a broke. We got a break of the VWAP, and then after the break of the VWAP, we got a retest of it. And that was a much cleaner retest, as you can see. Stop would have been a lot tighter. Stop would have been 1 point. And also we have the overlap of the VWAP and the value area low, so a much stronger place to short from. Yeah. 10 more minutes till initial balance, and we figure out what we're gonna do with the initial balance. With the initial balance trade. Do we fill out that gap? Doubt it. As if we're trying to go for a gap fill on this, I would be surprised, because what would we target? What would we actually target? My best case scenario, we push this a little lower. We push this maybe to like the 612s. That's like low of day, 612s. Push initial. We push initial balance somewhere there, and then and then we try and long that for VWAP. That would be clean. That would be a nice little trade. But yeah, 9 minutes away. I don't think we're gonna see this. Look at that, 843. Like, I definitely think whoever put these orders there, right? Whoever set those orders, whoever this is, did that to spook the market. It's a conspiracy theory, but it makes sense. It makes sense. Because if you were to see that, if you wanted to buy this higher, right? If you wanted price to go higher, and you saw that, right? If you were like, oh yeah, maybe I want to get out at like 636.75, and then you saw 635, and you saw the number of orders there, and you were like 633, you'd get out. You'd be like, yo, dude, like there's someone waiting with 831 orders. I'll just get out now. Save myself the time. and the stress. I definitely think this was done to spook people. Yeah, there's our overnight value area low. Uh, Damn it. Happened. It happened after. It happened after. If only we could have been a little more patient. Do we have, what reasons do we, okay. Let's think around whys, right? Let's think around whys and can we, what would be our reason to go short, right? What would our reason be to go short, right? Here's the gap. This is, I guess you could say this is reason enough, right? But also this would be reason enough, but again, we're saying like, are we really saying we want to go and target 569? Does 569 seem logical as a target at this point? Plus, I mean, like, we do have the gap, which that's there. So I mean, if you were to say we're to go short, you know, but what's the highest probability, right? Most likely scenario, I think, is we come back to the VWAP. I think we come back to the VWAP before we get to the previous day value area high. As much as I'd like to get that trade, I'm just like looking at it like, also, you know, we do like 600. 600 is a psychological level. So I mean, could be looking at a short. I'm just looking at, like, you know, I don't see the previous day value area high as somewhere we can get to right now. You know, so this, a nice little 600 bounce. Maybe we even get it at 602.5, something like that. You get me? Something like that. Where would our stop go? Stop would have to go at the overnight value area low. It's not bad. I mean, we just don't have the bullets for it anymore. 5 point. We do. I think, you know, we do. We have enough. We have enough to risk that. So yeah, but like a 12 point trade, and then yeah, you know, we could put you know, yeah, see, like, big seller there, seller stepping in, and right above the overnight value area low, 618.67. So it could be interesting. 613. Let's give it another 2 more minutes until initial balance, and then we will we'll set that. We'll see how we react now. Because this looks almost like a finished auction, does it not? I mean, 101. How many up, how many down? Still pushing it lower. That's 612.50. is at a finished auction now. Maybe. And will this act as strong support or not? A minute and a half till initial balance. Let us see what we get from it. But yeah, that's pretty indicative though. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. And also, where are we with where are we in terms with our Keltner channels? We are in between our Keltner channel, right? Or like right in the middle of a downside move. So 612.50 could be a play. A minute away now. Let's give it some time. We'll switch to the what do they call it? Yeah, we'll switch over here in like how many more seconds? Like 20 more seconds. But yeah, that's shifted lower. So good. I think maybe today, I think let's look for break and retest, huh? Let's not go with anything crazy. So sell limit. All right. Sell limit or buy limit. You know, buy limit, our target is the VWAP. You know, so there is that. 29, 58, 59. Ali. Okay, so let's go sell limit, guys. Yeah, sell limit of what? 12.25. Yep. 5. Don't know if we're gonna get that though. Be patient. Where is our overnight value area low? Hmm. 618. Let's see. Do we get a retest of it, or is this permanently gone? And did we miss it because we weren't aggressive enough? Were we not aggressive enough? Let's find out. Bum 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 doo 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 doo. Our target would be 600. So you know, if we get there before 600 and 600, 600, let's call it 600. Unfortunately, boys, this does look like it has gone without us. It'd be like that sometimes. It'd be like that sometimes. This would be day 2 of missing the initial balance trade. That's if we don't get it. Our entry's 612.25, right? Yeah, let's see if this is the retest of it. Because that could have been our break. Do we get the retest there? Nope. $612.25. will be an amazing way to end the Tuesday if we can get a as I said, you know, if we can't get the retest of this and we break lower because our target is 600. You know, our target is 600, so I don't think there was a way to get that better, honestly, because we only found out what our initial balance was right at 1630, right? And then once that was said, it just like broke past it. So I mean, we couldn't. How could we have known? You know. How could we have known? And do we get it? The question is, will we get it or not? Will we get it or not? And if we don't, do we get a, if we do get it and we're wrong about it, do we then get the Tyson trade? Here we go. Ding, 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 ding. Here's the retest. Not a tick away. Come on, we need to get this filled on this candle. Otherwise, it's really gone. Like it will go without us. 2, 1. Let's see. Maybe this candle. Retest. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, this needs to stay below that initial balance, otherwise we are cooked. Otherwise we've been sauteed. Ali Ramon Strada. Let me just make sure the stop is where it's supposed to be. 600. 600.25. Perfect. Nice little, get this nice little base hit. And yeah. It's like never. Did not call that right either. This is when you need diamond hands, eh? What is this? A break and retest, or are we going back to VWAP? And if we're going back to VWAP, how could I have known this earlier? Would be the question. Okay, well, big buyer stepped in there. So let's hope they don't get what they after. A close. We need a close below this buyer here. 1475. Yeah, I need a close. We need a close below 1475. Well, otherwise this was a Tyson trade, and yeah. If this is a Tyson trade, then what should happen is we should get a retest of the initial balance here. So much for my we should get this, and yeah. Well, that's me for the day. That is me for the day. If we do rotate below, what I was saying before we got closed out, before we got stopped out, was for that Tyson trade, basically, we should get a retest of initial balance, and then that's gonna come back and hit that that VWAP, you know. Yeah, gonna need to figure out how to play these initial balance trades, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Gonna need to figure that out. I mean, there's no immediate, like, there's no time limit to it. Like, it's not like they expire. But it is something that we are gonna need to figure out, because as I was saying, you know, they do present themselves every day. Yeah. If you're wondering what happened with this trade, we got stopped out because we've hit our daily loss limit. You know, our personal daily loss limit is $200, and yeah, because we took that other trade. We took a trade before that was an 80 something buck loss. So excuse me. So yeah, so I mean, we're down again on this account. Not too disappointed about it. I mean, the trade that we did try ended up happening just a couple of minutes after we tried it, right? Which is shorting the VWAP. Shorting the VWAP for overnight value area low. That was a good trade idea. We just did it a little early, and we didn't get the result we wanted then. And yeah, still honestly still figuring out this initial balance trade. The only, I guess, like, good thing that came from it was that we waited for it today instead of like on other days we have just kind of front run it, right? But yeah, but we'll figure this out. We'll figure out how this works a lot cleaner. Maybe if I'm just trying to see if we could have given it, see if we look at a 5 minute candle. You know, because a part of me is thinking maybe we let initial balance form, which we did. Then we had 5 minutes outside of it, right? Yeah, and we're at 5 minutes below the initial balance, and then we rotated back within it. So it can't be a 5 minute thing. And if it's a 15-minute thing, do we get a retest of initial balance after 15 minutes? How will we know? How could we know? I'll figure it out. But I think that's gonna be it for us. That's gonna be it for the day. I am gonna have to switch now to account 4. Account 1, my bad. Gonna have to switch to account 1 and try and get this. I'm not trying to get this play, but I mean, tomorrow is Wednesday, so we'll switch to account 1. We'll switch to account 1 and we'll trade that because we've done our red day now on this account, which is struggling. Like on account 2, we get close to break even, and then we go into drawdown, and then we get above break even, and then we go into drawdown, and then we get above, and then we, it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like I want to call this, but I genuinely don't know how to. We're below overnight value area low. We broke below the value area low for the developing volume profile. We should fall below this. But Tyson trade, we buy this and we target the VWAP, which is 624. So I mean, what is that? 618.25. I'm gonna try this on this is going against better judgment, but I'm gonna try it here. This is the Tyson trade I was talking about. Now gonna flip that. This is what we're doing. We're gonna use a full stop, which is actually, we don't need to do that. We don't need to be that dramatic. But even if I didn't want to be, I'm not gonna use a full stop. $75. If we lose $75 on this, will I be disappointed? Yes, but we shouldn't break this low. Otherwise, what is that low? 612.25? Nah. 609. 609. That's the low we shouldn't break. Alright, this is where our trade is invalid. So retest of initial balance again. And what is our target? Our target is where the VWAP is, which is 623. Hold on, initial balance is 612.25. Which we've now fallen right through. So that's initial balance right here, 612.25. And 617 is what we need to break above. But do we get this? Do we not? Yeah, so where's our stop? So our stop's at 609, which is here. Oops. That's where our stop is. So essentially, I'm just saying, if we fall below the initial balance, then, you know, then my trade idea for targeting the VWAP is dead. One, and which should mean that I should revisit my entire idea on that, because I clearly don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, look at that. Like the VWAPs are even touching. So I mean, 623.50. I think that's what I said. Low key, I should move my stop here. Yeah, I should move my stop to 611. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Because if I can call like Tyson trades, of which that's what we're calling them, Tyson trades, right? That's initial balance to VWAP. If I can call these like all the time, then maybe we just completely remove the idea of initial balance breaks, right? And what would that mean? Well, essentially what it would mean is every time we get a break of initial balance, we wait. If it continues to the downside, then it continues to the downside, and then that's, that's that trade idea gone. But then if it rotates back within, right, above initial balance, then we just take the initial balance long. Essentially, like theoretically, it makes sense. Also, we need to change this because we are not actually long from 612. We're long from 614. Why are we long from 614, Indigo? Because I thought it was gonna go without us. Don't judge me. Stop is still 609. Around about her. So yeah, so where we're at. So now we've hit the developing volume profile value area low. All right. If you rotate within, that actually could be a trade all the way up to 632. But We're gonna get out where we can get out, man. Like, let's not even. Tired of losing money today, so don't come back and stop us out now. Don't do that. Ugh. I'm gonna log this account also, and we'll call it a day, man. Look, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll watch this. We'll watch these trades. Yeah, we'll watch these trades over the next couple of weeks, and yeah, no need to make any sudden movements. It is also rollover week, so it doesn't mean we roll over, but yeah. Yeah, it is a little annoying. I do think we are gonna get this entire move though. Excuse me. So, yeah, we'll call that a day. Not before I journal this one though. What did we do on this one? I think we tried to short, right? We tried to short initial balance. Let's double check. I wish we were trading on this account, but nope. 5. Yeah, we're like down 350 now. What did we do? That was 117. Yeah, we were short from 612.25. $612.25. Maybe also not a bad thing that I got out of that trade, eh? 612.25. Of course, I was short from 612.25. I was short from the initial balance. Yeah, I would have been stopped out of this thing if we were still in it. And what time? 612 36. What time do we get stopped at? 39. One tick actually would have been one tick away from our stop. And that's what we're trying. We're trying 6. I believe that's what we were trying. Yeah, that looks more like it. Yeah, what more can I say? We wouldn't be here today if the old school didn't pave the way. Exit. This was not at, I mean, it was at 1600, but it happened at 11:36, right? Nah, I'm lying. Let's cap 10:36. Yeah, 10:36. Let's call that. And then we'll break even on the other trade. I mean, yeah, we'll let's see if we have a better day tomorrow. Yeah, let's see if we have a better day tomorrow. And I mean, there's nothing more we can do about There's nothing more we can do about this. Mm. I'll watch it, of course. I'll watch it and just see what happens with the price action after. So yeah, so it's like as I was saying, it's either we completely remove the initial balance breaks, right? So initial balance break and retest, completely remove that, not even focus on that, not even look for that, and just be initial balance um, to view app, you know, initial balance to view app only, you know. Might need to find out how many times that happens statistically, so that we know how often, like, what's the percentage of that, what's the probability of that presenting itself, because what the hell is this, you know? Break. It's like an initial balance break. Look below and fail. Look above and fail. Look above and fail, and then because if we break this, then this is a break and retest. So also could just be a thing of it's rollover week, so maybe let's not over index it as Claude would say. But yeah, good thing we put our trade at break even there. Otherwise, would have been stopped out and would have been a lot more annoyed than we are right now. So, but yeah, peace. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, same time, same time. I'll catch you boys tomorrow, same time. Take care of yourselves. Yeah. Also, just like the stream on your way out. Like the stream on your way out, so I know it's real. All right. Peace.